Another week in Gomining's over. Let's see what happened. First, as always, the liquidity provider pool. Before we get into the details, they had or still have some bugs in the liquidity pool display. So if you want to check your own liquidity pools, you should go to PancakeSwap because everything is running on PancakeSwap. As well as my liquidity amount is wrong. I really like to have 18,000 in liquidity pool, but I definitely don't have. The other numbers add up. So let's start with the fees, which are $19.58. And I received around 85 token, which is around 35.51, which is a net of $55 roughly. This is probably so far my worst result in a long time. This is due to me not doing anything, and we moved out a couple of times, or a couple of days actually, and I was thinking, should I open or should I close and therefore lose my coefficient? But I decided to stay, and maybe it came back, but maybe it was not the best place. So as we currently aren't able to really check the pools within the Gomining application, as I said, moving over to PancakeSwap to actually look at the pools, as I said, in Gomining we currently have some issue. It's not refreshing, it's also just showing buggers in some places. So we can see, ignore the first pool, this is from somewhere else. You see the rest of them are all my Gomining pools. One is against the already left the range again. So we are close on the upper range of my pools, and maybe I need to rethink my approach, or I don't know, maybe I will have a look at it for another week. Moving back to the probably more interesting stuff are the rewards. Here we are. We collected around 72,000 Satoshis in this week, and as Bitcoin is still whipping, or at least it makes itself comfortable around the 110,000 area, give or take, ups and downs of course, we can perfectly see this in the dollar amount of the rewards as they jumped around a bit, but this is due to change in difficulty, so a bit more Satoshi and a bit less per terahash, as well as the actual change in the Bitcoin price. So we achieved $78.32 in gross rewards, which I think is the farthest we ever got so far. Makes sense because we are at the Bitcoin all-time high area. I paid $45.32 in electricity and service fees, which also was a bit affected by having lost the service fee or a bit of a discount from there because I missed a timing window and we had to restart. And this nets around $32.98. So this is by far the best week we had. And as always, this comes from two factors. One, as I already mentioned, the rising of the Bitcoin price, and the second one is reinvesting. We started at 196.64 and ended the week in 199. So we made 2.4 terahash in computing power from reinvesting. And if we look at the next cycle, tomorrow, if everything stays like it is currently, we receive again 0.4 terahash, and we can see the Bitcoin price, the sats we receive is currently at 52 per terahash. It was already at 55 at some point, and it recently was at 53. If this increases, this will rise, and of course we don't know what Bitcoin will be doing. If it's reaching new highs, this will also increase. So I think, no financial advice of course, if you want to have some exposure to Bitcoin and the crypto space, start investing here a little bit. You can start with $30 or something, and then see how it goes, how you like it. I put a link in the description. Use the code to get 5% cashback on your first purchase. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. Apart from that, I will do another weekly report next week. If you want to get notified about that, leave a subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.